That stopped suddenly, didn't it? Anyway, kia ora, back again, mate. All right. What else is happening in the region? Well, I guess the elephant in the room, well, it's hardly that because we all know about it, is that it's New Year tonight. Those of you who are watching or listening to this after the event, I hope you had a good time and that you were safe. If you did anything stupid, it wasn't the sort of stupid that might be harmful. Because it's all right to do stupid stuff. I've spent a lot of time doing that, and occasionally it has been harmful, and I wish I hadn't. But look after yourselves, look after each other. So one of the places that you might like to go is the White Swan tonight. They're saying goodbye to 2020. They're going to raise a glass to the new year, and well, they hope that it'll be your go-to destination. What have they got planned? That's all I got. But there's, there's going to be entertainment. There's going to be people to see, things to eat, things to drink. It'll be good. Now, I said I'd find out how to book for the nature walk. If you go onto Event Finder and put in Wairarapa Nature Walks, then there'll be information on how to book there, because you can do it through Event Finder. Going ahead beyond the new year into 2021, at the Masterton Motorplex, it's Dragstalgia, featuring the Wild Bunch. Right, what is that all about? This is on Saturday and Sunday. Starting at 10 o'clock, by the way, on both of those days. Masterson's most action-packed venue goes back to the way we were with Dragstalgia. A fantastic weekend dedicated to drag racing, including hot rods. There might be hot dogs there, you never know. But they won't be racing, because you'd just get tomato sauce all along the track. Wouldn't be good. Muscle cars, gases. You know what I'm talking about, even if I don't. Fire-breathing altereds and dragsters from a bygone era. Fields are open to all classes, so you can expect to see a huge range of nostalgic vehicles at this full competition racing event. Well, is it racing? Yeah, of course. Now, are they nostalgic vehicles? Do they think, the good old days? Possibly. This is an excellent, action-packed yet laid-back meeting that is perfect for all the family. So they do the action, you can be laid back. They'd love to see you there, of course. If an old-school nostalgia, full-noise drag racing event is your thing, then this is the meeting for you. I'm sure it'll be the meeting for many of us because I live in Kurupuni. I'll be able to hear it from where I am. Also showcasing at this meeting is the return of Wild Bunch New Zealand, with a 20-plus car show set to entertain and light up the Masterton Motorplex on January the 2nd and 3rd as part of their annual Dragstalgia event. The invited field will consist of new cars set to debut to some of the classic originals. The diversity and unpredictability of the original class remain, upgraded and improved to create a show not previously seen. So you get the nostalgia and the new stuff. From wild smoky burnouts to the insane edge of you, not the insane edge, the insane edge of your seat passes. Yeah, the Wild Bunch is just that. So mark the date on your calendar, probably on your phone, because you won't want to miss out. So that's what's happening at the Masterton Motorplex from 10 o'clock on both Saturday and Sunday. Dragstalgia. In a similar vein, not the book group at the Featherston Community Centre. You know where that is, on Wakefield Street in Featherston. Of course, let's see, what day is that? Thursday, we're whizzing ahead to next Thursday from 11:30 to 1 p.m. And if you'd like to read, it's a great opportunity to enjoy the book group, because obviously you can read on your own, but you talk about it and recommend books to each other and perhaps give critical appraisals. So it meets monthly to discuss all things book. It's the first Thursday of every month. Right. So for more information, you can contact Sheridan Evans at 06. You got this? 308 9059. But why don't you just turn up? 11:30 on Thursday at the Featherston Community Centre. Is it time for a bit more music? Yeah. While we're still on David Byrne, I've got to connect. I should have done this beforehand. I've got to connect this up to here, and I always find it difficult to see the hole. Is that it? Is that? I don't know. Yeah, it is. All right. Should have done that beforehand. So now it's all plugged in and ready to go. And I love David Byrne. I think Talking Heads were one of my favourite bands ever. And David Byrne has continued to do fantastic work. And this is a collaboration with St. Vincent. St. Vincent's a band, mostly a woman. She works with other people, but I think even when she's just working on her own, she still calls herself St. Vincent. And they work very well together. So see what you think of this.
Your age is not an excuse. If you're losing muscle and strength year after year, the biggest mistake you're making.
You get some funny stuff when you play a track off YouTube, don't you? You get all sorts of visuals that you hadn't counted on, and that time we also got a whole ad at the start of it. Something to do with being old, which really hit home. Never mind. Anyway, what a great track. I've been following some more of St. Vincent, and very, very good artist. All right. Another thing, the men's group Wairarapa monthly indoor meeting is happening at the Carterton Community Courthouse. You know where that is. It sits right next to the event centre in Holloway Street, Carterton. So that's on Thursday, next Thursday. I might mention it again next week, or Rob might, because Rob will be back, won't he? That'll be good. So it's an open and diverse group of sharing and mutual support. So you can come and share or listen to the stories of other men. They've got to be 17 and over, who feel the need to connect with themselves, and the group. Happy to have 14 and older, down to 14, so long as they're accompanied by their father, grandfather, or a caregiver. Right, so they meet every first Thursday of the month at 7 o'clock, so obviously next Thursday. Please come on time, as at some point they may lock the door from inside to protect the group by preventing new people from entering the room in the middle of a sharing kind of thing. And you think this is the group that you're dealing with, and all of a sudden right in the middle of something perhaps intimate that you're sharing because you've got used to these people, along comes another person. The door will still be unlocked for the people inside, so it's not like you're trapped, all right? You can participate actively or just be present silently with no pressure at all. Optional koha is your contribution to the venue and the organisers, and bring some biscuits or something and fruit maybe to share during a short tea break. The event is usually facilitated by experienced leaders, but the aim is to co-create, so give participants the opportunity to grow through leadership in a supportive group. No alcohol, no drugs. Try and come with a clear mind. This is monthly overnight, or on top of that, there's possibly, you may be interested in the monthly overnight version gathering in the wilderness around the campfire every third Saturday of the month at Tararua Forest Park. And for those outdoor meetings, you have to register by writing to the men's group Wairarapa. So that's mensgroup.wairarapa@gmail.com. mensgroup.wairarapa@gmail.com. But for the moment, go to the men's group indoor monthly meeting Thursday, 7 o'clock, from 7 till 9, at the courthouse next to the event centre in Holloway Street, Carterton. So that's pretty much what I've got. Rob will be back next week. I'm sure you'll be marking the new year in some way. Many people will be going, I'll tell you what, pleased to see the end of that year. And yet it's been a year of learning, hasn't it? It hasn't been unremittingly bad, because we've had to consider things about ourselves, about the nation in general. Globally too, we have to consider who we are, because all right, we might get on top of this pandemic, but looking overseas, it's not going to happen for a long while. But during that time, we've reflected on, well, what else threatens us, and how much are we contributing to our own danger and the danger of the planet? So things like climate change, etc. It's been a good year for thinking about all that. No good just thinking. You have to do something about it. Doing something might mean doing less of something. It might mean less air travel, less burning carbon generally. I was really interested to see that Marcus Daniel, tennis player from the Wairarapa, is really advocating, using his position of a reasonable amount of fame as a top tennis player, to ask people to take action to prevent things like climate change. And now he's on the Players' Council along with people like Djokovic and Federer and top players. And he wants them to consider how much their sport is a dirty sport. That is, that they have to use aeroplanes all the time to get from place to place, some of them private aeroplanes. I hope he has a strong influence in that group, but we should all be listening. We should all be considering how can we have less of a negative impact on the environment. So as you head into the new year, this seems like a year to really consider all that stuff. I hope you have a really great time. I hope 2021 is a fabulous year for you and your whānau and your friends, and that continues through into subsequent years. All right, Rob will be back soon. It's been great talking with you. Bye-bye.